For the second part of this lesson, we're going to take a look about how to use our calculators to use the data to actually get what's called a linear regression or a quadratic regression, which is using stats to get a more accurate line of best fit. So make sure you have your calculators. Make sure you're pausing, following along, because it's super important that you know how to enter it. And I'll take any troubleshooting questions in class on Monday. So we have data showing the fresh market price of Florida oranges in dollars per box, and that's year versus price per box. So what you want to do is you're going to get your calculators out, so make sure you have them out. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to the stat button right here. So you're going to use this quite a bit. So you're going to hit stat. You're going to hit enter for number 1. And you can make sure that your list is cleared. You can do that by going up to the actual list, and I'll scroll over to get to the left one, and hit clear, and then enter. So you make sure you empty them out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to look at your data. And because it's in years, and this is our starting year, I'm going to say this is year 1, 2007 is year 2, 2008 is year 3. So I'm going to go back to my list, and I'm going to enter that in down the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have 7, so I gotta keep going. So I have those in, and I'm going to go over, and now I'm going to put the prices in. So go ahead, pause the video, and put the prices in. So you have those entered in, and this is silly, but double check them. Double check that one, you have as many numbers in the first column as you do in the second column, and make sure you put in the right numbers. A lot of the times when guys get different numbers, it's simply because they just did not put the correct numbers in. Now, what you're going to do is we'll just go to the home screen. So we'll do second quit, and I'm going to go to stat again. And I'm going to go over 1 to where it says calculate. And I can pick either 4 or 8. We're going to go to 4. And you'll notice it says Lin regression. So I'm going to hit Lin regression. I'm going to hit enter on this. And I want to make sure it's using list 1 and list 2. And I'm going to, now I can store this. I'm going to quickly show you how to do that. Go to second and then list. So second and stat, and you should get this. Sorry, we're going to back up a little bit. You're going to go to vars. So let's go back a little bit. If we go to stat, calculate, I want linear regression, so I'm going to hit enter. And when it goes to store regression, I'm going to hit vars. I'm going to go over to y vars. I'm on a function, so I'm going to hit enter on the function, and I'm going to store it as y1. So it's actually going to store my equation. And now I'm going to hit calculate. And you get calculate. And you can see how they match up into the linear regression. A is our slope, so 0.357. B is our y-intercept, 10.38857. So we're going to write that down. That is our linear regression model. Now, why might we store this? Well, it's going to store this because if I go to y equals, that is already plugged in, and this will be useful kind of in later things. So it's already plugged in. I don't have to worry about rounding to a certain amount of decimals or anything like that. So now it's asking us to estimate how many boxes will be in 2014 and 2015. So what's going to happen, 2014 is considered the 9th year. So 9 is our X. So I could go in and I could put X into here. Now let me show you how a nice way to use it in your calculator. We stored it. So I'm going to go back to vars. I'm going to go to the function. Oops, too far. Go back to the function. I'm going to select 1. And I want to plug in the number 9, okay? that represents my x value going into that y function. And you'll notice I get 13.60, which is going to be our price that we would get in 9 years. So pause the video, see if you can get 10. Should be 13.96. So again, go to go to vars, go to y equals, do function, select the function that we labeled it as, and then I'm going to put in 10, and we're going to get 13.96. Okay, we're going to repeat this one more time, this time with this data. So you're going to go to your calculators again. We're going to go to stat. I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to clear out both of them. I'm going to start entering my data. And you'll notice, hopefully on the other screen, that they put 0 for January and so on, okay? So we're going to say January is 0, so I'm going to put that in all the way to 5. And then I'm going to put in my list 2. Now, you'll notice in the problem it's going to ask us for a quadratic regression. And again, it said use t for 0 to represent January. So that's why we started at 0. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. Pretty much the same steps. I'm going to go to stat. I'm going to go calculate. But this time, instead of a linear regression, I'm going to go to a quadratic regression. And I'm going to hit enter. I have my list 1, list 2. I'm going to go down to calculate and hit enter. And then you can see that this creates a quadratic equation for us. So A being this, B being this, C being that. So then this gives us the equation that we need for this data. Kind of gives like a line of best fit basically, but from a very kind of scientific direction from it. Make sure you know how to enter your list, how to come up with these regressions. Again, I will troubleshoot these in class.